It has been announced this morning, the morning of October 10th, that Donald Trump is not, let me repeat, not going to win the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm not here to gloat. I'm not here to make fun. I don't take pleasure in another person's misfortune, if you want to call this a misfortune. I don't do that because, quite honestly, it will make me petty. It will diminish me as a man, as a human being, and more importantly, as an American. But I will say this. Did you really, excuse me, did you really think you were actually going to win it, Trump? Now, we've had the reports. The peace process between Israel and Hamas is still going through, and we've heard the reports that the hostages are going home. Some of them not going home alive, just the remains. And should Trump be praised for it? That can be argued. Although he did everything in the world to make this happen by threatening everything and everyone in the world, he should get some praise for that. Should he get the Nobel Peace Prize? The answer is no. And obviously he didn't. Because look at the other side for just 1 second. Look at what he's actually doing to this country right now. He is sending military troops into American cities, not to help the local populace, not to help them in the aftermath of a terrorist attack or a natural disaster, which is exactly what they're supposed to do, not to defend the people. He's sending them out there of some imaginary crime wave that's happening in this country, which is not happening. He has lied over and over and over, and he's got other people, whether it be Kristi Noem, his Secretary of Homeland Security, all the way to Fox News and the rest of those right-wing maniacs, to continue spreading those lies. And there's something else that a lot of people need to understand about Trump. Donald Trump has done nothing to unite this country. Forget the fact that he keeps screaming that he's put an end to so many wars, to war, which he hasn't. The Russia-Ukraine war is still ongoing, with Russia continuing to bomb civilian targets. And to make things worse, as I said before, he's trying to start a civil war against, with Americans within his own damn country. Sending ICE agents. Last week, he sent ICE agents and Black Hawk helicopters to assault a building in Chicago. Having kids zip-tied, some of them not fully dressed. Disappearing people in this country because they happen to be illegal immigrants. And I've said before, do we have an immigration problem in this country? Yes, we do. Does it need to be solved? Yes, it does. Is the way that Donald Trump doing it solving the problem? No, it is not. Not to mention, ICE run roughshod over this country like thugs. Just this past week, I saw photos and video of a priest being shot in the face with a beanbag gun by ICE agents. I'm seeing American citizens being assaulted by ICE agents, pulled out of their cars, at best drugged down to the ground. And all of it, all of it, all of it, under approval by the Secretary of Homeland Security and the President of the United States, and being cheered on by Donald Trump's supporters, the MAGA, because they think they're doing something to save this country. All that stopped him from winning the Nobel Peace Prize. But there's one more piece that I want to talk about that stopped him from winning the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, all of us know what happened to Charlie Kirk. And instead of acting like a president of the United States, calming the people down, calling for calm, calling for unity, even if it's in the wake of a tragedy of a vile, racist, misogynistic bigot like Charlie Kirk, instead of doing that, he painted a bullseye on me and you and every other Democrat that you know in this country. Because we're not crying over him. We're not in tears over him. Because we're speaking the truth about him, just as I did a few seconds ago. He did in the Oval Office address. He did again during his address at Charlie Kirk's funeral, which was nothing more than a Donald Trump rally, which was only 2 steps away from a Nazi rally, saying that there will be retribution, that the left will rule the day that they did this. He called for American troops to use American cities as training grounds. When he spoke to the troops, to our U.S. military flag officers, the generals and the admirals, last week, and he did again in his addressing to the United States, U.S. Navy sailors and officers during the birthday of the United States Navy, saying that we have a gnat on, quoting him, this is directly quoting from him, we have a gnat on our shoulder called the Democrat Party, pretty much calling us bugs to be squashed. Does that sound like a person of peace to you? There's a Bible verse I want to read to you real quick. From Romans chapter 2, verse 8. For those who are self-seeking and reject the truth and follow evil, there will be wrath and anger. That verse, among many others, describes Donald Trump to a T. And I have no doubt that after it's been announced that he isn't winning the Heisman, Jesus, I don't know why I keep saying Heisman. It's the middle of college football season, and Heisman's on the brain. I have no doubt that Donald Trump is going to go on Truth Social, he's going to go on Fox News, he's going to call a press conference and rage about not winning the Nobel Peace Prize. It's in his nature. If you say one small thing about him against him, he will go off like a Roman candle. He will be enraged, even as a small thing as saying, mentioning Mr. Trump, your shoe is untied. He will rage against you with everything to the point where his face turns red. If it can turn red, because he still has a skin spray tan. I'm not making jokes. I'm being deadly serious. The simple fact is, Trump, you didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize because you failed to make peace. It's a simple fact that you're a man committed to war. And not against Russia, not against China, not against North Korea, but your own damn people, your own country. You're praying for that war to happen. That's why you didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize, and you will never win. Your obsession with getting it because Barack Obama got it. Your obsession with getting it because a black man got it. Any black man, whether it's Obama or whether it's King or anyone else, shows to me and should show to everyone in this country how petty, how weak, and how ridiculous you really are. You had chances to be a leader, Trump. You had a chance to show yourself to be the American you say you are. Excuse me. You had a chance to be the president your followers think you are. And what happened? You failed. Because you will always fail. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.